you guys? It's Danny, and if I sound a little rough in this video, it's because I do have a sinus infection, but makeup definitely makes me feel better when I'm feeling under the weather. Lately I've been kind of breaking out, and I attribute that to either the changing weather or maybe it's stress, but nonetheless using a micellar water before I put on my makeup kind of removes excess dirt and oil as well as makeup from the night before. No surprises here, I'm using the only moisturizer that I've literally been using for like 4 or 5 years now. It's my Proactive Daily Complexion Perfecting Hydrator, but this is kind of a newer step. I'm using a primer, and this is just the Benefit Professional, just because I've noticed that since I've been breaking out, my pores are getting a little bit larger in the center of my face, so I'm just applying it there. So next up is foundation, and the foundation that I've been using religiously is my Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1, and the shade that I wear is 06 Sand Beige. And next I'm using my e.l.f. foundation brush to brush the product into my skin, whereas if I use a beauty blender that would kind of soak up excess product and I wouldn't get as full of coverage. But really it's just up to your preference. I absolutely love using either for my complexion. So for eyebrows today, I'm using my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, and I use the shade Brunette at the moment. And you guys know I go back and forth between this one and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. But lately I've just been really into this brow pencil. I think it's because it has more of a pomadey texture. It's a little bit less hard than the Brow Wiz pencil, but both of them are my absolute faves for my brows. And it literally takes me like 5 minutes to sculpt out each brow because I like to outline the entire shape of it before I actually go in and do little brush strokes to fill it in. And yeah, this is what it kind of looks like when it's been all filled in, and I go very lightly in the inner corner, and I mostly just brush the product in to get that area. Next we're moving on to eyeshadow, and here I'm using my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I'm taking the shades Caramelized and Peach Pit and applying it all over my eyelids, kind of focusing it more toward the outer corner and blending whatever's excess toward the inner corner. I'd say that this is a combination of using a medium and a deep bronze color. So both of these colors do have a light amount of shimmer, and I'm actually going into another color which is more of a golden bronzy color because it is a bit lighter, and I'm using that to buff these two colors out because they are a little bit deeper. I wanted the whole thing to look very blown out and seamless. I'm using this shade as kind of an in-between transition between my lid color as well as my crease color. So the crease color that I'm using is Puree, and it's a warm matte brown that has a little bit of a terracotta orangey undertone. Now I kind of went a little bit heavy-handed with this color on one side of my eyes, so what I'm doing is taking White Peach, which is just a really light color, and I'm using that to blend it out and make it lighter. Now my absolute favorite shade out of this beautiful palette is the shade Luscious, and this could honestly be a highlight with how bright it is. And the shade is kind of a champagne-y gold color. And for eyeliner, I'm using my Kat Von D brush tip liner thing. I don't know what it's actually called, but this is in the shade Trooper, which I believe is the darkest or the most black shade. And now moving on to concealer, I'm using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Medium, and I'm just applying that underneath my eyes and just a little bit on the bridge of my nose. I totally forgot that I've been actually applying concealer under my eyebrows lately just because I'm trying to grow them out and I do have a few stray hairs that I want to cover. Anyways, I'm blending in my concealer using my e.l.f. concealer brush. And as you can see, I bring whatever was on my nose all the way up to my forehead between my eyebrows so that they don't get a little bit too close together. And then I'm using tiny patting motions to kind of pull the concealer around my face just because I don't want it to spread too far and I do want to keep a lot of the coverage. Now that's it for concealer, and now I'm moving on to kind of setting it all before it moves all around my face. And as usual, I'm using my Too Faced Snow Bunny bronzer. I totally need to get this in the full size because I absolutely love it and use it on a daily basis. I'm using a fluffy MAC brush and my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer to contour, and as you can see, I'm bringing my contour horizontally. If you contour downwards and follow kind of the natural slope of your face, that's totally going to bring your face down and do the opposite of what you want contouring to do, which is lift up your cheekbones. For blush, I'm using my e.l.f. blush palette in the shade Light and taking that orangey color right there, and now it's a matte color and it looks like a bronzer in the palette, but when you apply it, it does have pink undertones. As usual, I'm making my weird blush faces and awkward smiles to apply this. Next, I'm going into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Sun Dip Glow Kit, and I'm taking the shade Moonstone, which is a bit more bronzy than the other one in the palette that I really like. And I'm applying this to my cheekbones as well as the tip of my nose because I've been really into that like Rudolph bright ass nose look. For For lips today, I'm using a combination of my Anastasia Beverly Hills Ashton and my Too Faced Melted Matte Lipstick in Cool Girl. Now first I'm applying Ashton all over my lips, and while that's drying I'm going to apply my mascara, which is Too Faced Better Than Sex, my all-time fave. But right afterwards I'm going to apply the Too Faced Cool Girl right into the center of my lips, just because I feel like it gives my lip look a little extra something and makes it less one-dimensional, you know? And last but not least, I'm just applying my false eyelashes. I can't confirm, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 90% sure that these are my eyelure number 126 lashes from Target. Successfully getting both eyelashes on means I'm all done with my makeup. If you have an Instagram, please follow me at ohdangdanii with 2 eyes, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Mwah.